Hello there. This is Danelle, and I am so excited to have you here. We have Lisa, and then Lena will be up here in just a little minute to kind of walk you through this amazing program. But one of the things that keeps coming to mind for me is a quote of mine from that I just absolutely loved from the Queen of Katwe movie. And it says, "The place you are is not the place you should be." And I really think that that should be like a great motto for 2017, because if you're not happy where you're sitting financially or with different goals that you've been working out, this is going to be a simple way to change that. You can get your ideas actually put on paper and then turn around and turn that into income for you. This is going to create a multiple streams of income concept where you can write several different kinds of books, publish them right away, and then collect the checks. So this has made it so simple, so easy. It's kind of funny because the first time I heard about this, I'm like, hey, shut up, no way. I didn't get it. And by being on this webinar today, you will be able to actually see what we're talking about and go, oh my gosh, I can't believe how cool this really is. It is just absolutely amazing. So, Lisa, do you have anything you want to add?
No, I'm very excited. I've been playing around with it for a couple of months now, and I am ready to roll it out and share it with everybody else and see how excited they are about it.
Awesome. So I guess with that, we're going to go ahead and introduce you to Lena, who actually created this software, and let her walk you through this and show you, oh my goodness, how really cool and amazing this is. Well, we are actually going to write a book during this time frame. Okay, so Lena. Did I lose her? Lena,
yes.
Welcome, and we look forward to learning all about your new software program here.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the warm welcome. I'm seeing people from all over the place joining us here. It's great to be in an audience from people from all over. Where is everybody here from? Just put out in the questions box if you see it where you are from. We have someone here from Oklahoma, New York, Chicago, from the Midwest like us, Mississippi, Portland. We have a great audience here. I love people seeing, I love presenting when we have people from literally all over the world on the presentation. So I want to thank all of you for joining us here, especially if you are in sort of a off time zone, or you had to make special arrangements to join us here today. Thank you so much for being here with us today. So wonderful. As Danelle had said, I'm here to show you how you can take advantage of this unique technology that we're about to show you to write content fast. Many of us that use this technology to write web content or write books. In fact, this technology is going to make it possible for you to write a book in a day. Just understanding how to use that power, just imagine how you can use it. We are going to do a live demo of the technology on a topic that you guys choose. Many of you had chimed into Facebook. I'm also inviting you to put into the questions box any other ideas that you may have. The only parameter that we need to fit this particular demonstration in is it needs to be how to do something, how to have clear skin, how to have a better smile, how to have a positive attitude, how to connect with God. Whatever it is that you want to come up with, go ahead and put it in the questions box, and when we get into the demo, we'll go through some of the suggestions and pick one. With that, once you see that demonstration, then you're going to be able to take on this task of writing with this technology, because you'll see that with a little bit of planning and some determination, you potentially can have a book written before the day is done. Or if you have plans tonight, you can easily take this on as a weekend project and be published before the end of the year, which is like tomorrow, I think. So, and you can easily take that on. So this here is a picture of me, Danelle, and Lisa. We are all writers. We write on blogs, we write books, we produce content, we seemingly endlessly write content. Isn't that right, Danelle and Lisa? It just keeps going on.
Absolutely.
Totally, totally. More than one blog here and several books, yes.
Right, so it just keeps going on and on and on. So I'm going to, you know, and the other thing that's good to know about all three of us is all three of us, we live probably like 25 minutes away from each other, and we all have children that are kind of similar ages, so we're all like kind of peas in a pod, and we're all trying to sit here and figure out how we can harness these tools and the needs that all of you have out there in the audience with maintaining blogs, writing books, different aspirations and different goals that you might have of information that you want to get out there, and figuring out easy ways that you can streamline those goals to make it all possible. So that's a little bit about the three of us, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit in just 3 minutes or less who I am, because I know that a lot of you are just now being introduced to me. So I am Lena. I'm a writer, I'm a coder, I'm a developer, I'm a designer, I'm a marketer, I'm a singer, I'm a DePaul alumni, Chicago native, chronically single, usually, sometimes not, kind of depends. I was once homeless and penniless, and I am a mother to a special needs child. We are on an amazing journey through modern science, and my little girl is 7. She's been through over 25 surgeries, one of which was the last one was reconstructive hand surgery, which we had about 5 or 6 months ago. So that is our journey. My very first writing credit, many of you may have heard of if you you know, are familiar with pop culture from the 1990s. You may remember Beanie Babies. All those little poems that were inside the tags. I wrote the first 137 poems that were inside the tags, and in fact it was my idea to even put poems in the tags. So I'm credited in a lot of books and business magazines as orchestrating the world's first internet sensation. So that's a little bit about who I am. Let's move on to what we are here to learn. So when it comes to writing, most of us, we just take pencil and paper or laptop or computer, and we buckle down and just do it. We have our own methods, and on average, the average person writes about 500 to 800 words per hour. And I know we have a lot of powerhouses here on this presentation that maintain however many blogs, so maybe you're above average and you can write more along the lines of 1,000 words per hour. And this includes your time to think through what you're writing about, build your ideas, go through whatever your writing rituals are. All of us, regardless of where you are in the writing game, are subject to writer's block, where we hit that block, and we may have to sit there for an hour distracted by Facebook or distracted by whatever social media, and we may just give up and decide to come back and revisit the project in a few hours or maybe a few days, hopefully not a few weeks, though I know as a writer that happens too. I'm here to show you how to streamline the process to write books. You can literally write a book on anything, literally anything. All of you have an audience out there. You have a you know, an audience that you can harness into your voice through a book. You can sell your book, you can reel your audience into your circle, and once you have their attention, you can guide them to buy more of your books or subscribe to your various channels, sell them a training program, sell them on whatever it is that you're trying to sell. The possibilities are endless. And on top of that, a book makes you as a published author. It now establishes you as an expert. Whatever you want to be an expert on, people are now looking up to you to learn what it is that you are teaching so that they can better their lives through whatever it is that you are trying to teach them. So we have rally your audiences, you're gaining subscribers through all of your writing. You can constantly tell them, like my Facebook page, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram or whatever the social media is of your choice. On top of all three of these benefits to writing books, you can also make a passive income through royalties, selling your books. Once you write a book and you have that book registered in the marketplace, you can sell that book forever and make money on that book forever. All of you out there that are bloggers and not writing books, you're simply just leaving money out on the table, because a book is something that you can have out in Amazon or out in the marketplace, and you can have that book selling ongoingly. Years from now, you could be leading people to buying that book and making royalties off of that book. It's better than selling ad space on your blog. It's better than selling any kind of ad share or revenue in that sort of sense, because here you are making money selling something of yours that is leading people to something that you own, that you can harness and almost control and guide the direction that that reader has through your attention. They're reading your book, you have their undivided attention. At the end of the book, they're looking to see what they should do next. They're looking to you, the voice in the book, to tell them what they should do next. Go to my blog, go to my training program, go to my, whatever it is, wherever it is that you want to lead them to. So this is why all of you out there should be thinking about how you can write books and how it can benefit your overall goals, whatever your goals might be. So I'm going to cut over here to make this demonstration. I want to just real quick give you an idea of how technology can assist you with writing the books, because all of you have paper and pen, I'm sure, in your house. You obviously have a laptop if you're on this webinar here today. You can easily just open up your laptop, open up Word, look at a blank piece of paper, and just start writing and figure out, the beginning, the end, the middle, and all the different pieces to your book. That basically is like this. You're taking a big 1,000-piece puzzle, maybe more, for those of you that are hardcore puzzlers, opening it up and figuring out how to put all the pieces together. Using my software, however, you are going to be looking at something more like this, where some of the pieces are going to already be put together for you, and all you have to do is plug in the missing pieces. So take a look at these two pictures and just try to figure out which one is easier. And this is the software and the technology that I am bringing you here today is going to take you to a situation like this. So you can get from here to here faster. That's the goal of the presentation and demo on the software that I'm about to show you here today. So let me bring this up over here. Okay, so this is Outline Master. Outline Master is the program that we are bringing here to you today. And what Outline Master does is it will take any topic and it will break it down into subtopics and guide you through writing sentence by sentence until you have the entire piece of content done as you define in the beginning stages. And we are going to go through about, we wanted this presentation to be about an hour. We're about 20 minutes in, and we will use the software for about 30 minutes just so that you can see how far you can get on a topic, on any topic, using this technology. And and the other thing to also keep in mind when you're using technology like this, once you create the framework of what you want written, it's not necessary that you personally have to write it all. Once you have the framework, you can bring in people on your team to help write it. You can commission other writers going to places like Odesk or Fiverr or wherever it is that you want to go, or Upwork I should say, and find people that can assist with your project so that you can get all the pieces done. It's not necessary for you personally to write every single word. So let's go over here and pick up a section. So you can see up on the top over here that Outline Master handles a lot of different sectors of writing. We have biographies, travel guides, medical content, wellness content, spiritual content, genealogy, local content. What we're going to just start with just a real basic how to do something just for the purposes of demonstration. So I'm going to go over here. We have a lot of topics that have come through on the chat box. I'm just going to kind of look through. We had a couple that came through also on the Facebook page, which Danelle had sent to me. Looks like we have someone had chimed in with how to make the most out of a blogger conference, how to making the most of your trip to Universal Studios. There's a couple of other ones that have come through. The one that I really like that kind of resonated is losing weight, just because that's something that a lot of people are thinking of with New Year's just around the corner, and everyone making New Year's resolutions. Creating a resource on writing or on losing weight is sort of timely right now. So for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to choose that topic, and let's get started here. The very first thing that you would have to do is we're creating a standard outline. Then once we get to the standard outline, we're going to answer 4 simple questions you could see here. The first one is your topic. So our topic will be losing weight. The same topic in present tense would be lose weight. Complementary activity to losing weight would be eating healthy. A successful outcome from this activity would be maintain positive body image. Let's see, maintain a positive body image. Then when you hit submit from that, you're going to have a list of topics that come up, and we can kind of go through all of the topics and check off anything that we do not want in our content. About losing weight, how to lose weight, history of losing weight, I could take that out. It's not totally relevant. Losing weight, the best method, losing weight step by step, pros and cons of losing weight, rules to consider when losing weight versus eating healthy, the easiest way to lose weight, how to maintain a positive body image by losing weight, the best places to lose weight, probably take that out, losing weight for free, losing weight in everyday life, systems to losing weight, strategies to losing weight, tips to lose weight better, do's and don'ts in losing weight in the news, I'll take that out, common questions about losing weight, and glossary of terms when it comes to losing weight. And then if we want to add another item or another topic, we can just click on this and add another one, but we'll just stick with this for now. Just to start off, we have about, 16 or 18 different items. You can change the order of the items, so we have about 18 different headings. So if we wanted to change the order of any of them, for right now I'm just going to keep the order the way that it is. Go ahead and hit submit there. Then once you get the headings, this is sort of the framework to our content, so I'm going to just make a title of this called Losing Weight. And then it gives me the option to either download that as a into whatever my preferred word processor is. So it opened it up in Word. This is sort of my outline. Or alternatively, I could go ahead and start using the writing tool. Then when you go to the writing tool, this is my new project right here. I can click on Edit. And now what this is going to do, these are all my headings that I just created, and I can go ahead and just click Edit on the first one. And what it's going to do is it's going to take each of the headings and guide me through writing one sentence at a time on whatever it is that the topic is here. So find a statistic or interesting quote that has to do with losing weight and write it in one sentence. So I could just go over here to my search and say losing weight statistics, And let's see, we have diet and weight loss statistics. Roughly 50% of American adults are trying to lose or maintain their weight. So that's kind of an interesting statistic. Approximately 80% of dieters are trying to lose weight on their own. Let's go with this first one. Approximately half of all Americans are attempting to lose weight. I don't know if it says it doesn't say the source for that specific statistic. We'll just keep it at that. Okay, go ahead and hit submit on that. Why should this be important to the reader? What is the effect that this topic will have on readers? So write it as one sentence, and each of the sentences that it asks you to write, it will give you an example on the gardening topic. So if my topic was on gardening, all aspiring gardeners should take an interest in the history of gardening because it is through history that we learn how to reap the best gardens today. So losing weight, why is that important to readers? So we can say losing weight has a positive impact on health that will contribute to a more fulfilling life. Re-emphasize the effect of the above sentence in a different way. So what I wrote was losing weight has a positive impact on health that will contribute to a more fulfilling life. So it's basically asking me to rephrase that in a sense. So we can say there are many benefits that losing weight could have on an individual. Or there are many benefits that losing weight could have on. Write one sentence that relates to the credibility of this section or the voice of this piece. So that's basically like why am I writing this book? After years of studying gardens and how they're designed, this book has been crafted to bring decades of gardening research to you. Okay, so then I could say, after trying numerous dieting programs, this book is being brought to you after years of trial and error. Make 3 different statements about the topic of losing weight. For example, here are 3 statements about gardening. By studying the history of gardening, we can be served with inspiration for our own gardening ventures based on the gardens of our forefathers. Or the second sentence was, the intentions behind cultivating gardens has changed over the years, and exploring other people's intentions, you can better understand your own. Okay, so now I'm going to just make 3 different statements about losing weight. So losing weight contributes to an overall well-being, mentally, emotionally, as well as physically. Okay, now it's asking me to make my second statement. Losing weight will cultivate habits that will positively affect other areas of life. So I can see the previous statements that I had made, and I have to make one more. Successfully losing weight will offer benefits or will, I want to say that it will help your self-esteem, but I want to say it kind of in a successfully losing weight will Okay, now that we have our main points, let's, it says pretend you're talking to a 2-year-old and offer a response to the above main point in one sentence. Explain a reason why to the above sentence. So losing weight contributes to an overall well-being, mentally, emotionally, as well as physically. So the question is why? Answer that in one sentence. When one becomes more physically fit, it makes them feel good on the inside. Okay. Same thing. Now I have to answer why. When one becomes more physically fit, it makes them feel good on the inside. Why? Eating proper foods and maintaining proper levels of activity throughout the day offer an inner balance within the body. Okay, now this is eating proper foods, maintaining proper levels of activity throughout the day, offer an inner balance within the body. So now we have to say why to that. Everyone has an inner balance to maintain, and food and activity guide the direction of that balance. Now that we have our main points, okay, so now we're starting on main point number 2. Losing weight will cultivate habits that will positively affect other areas of life. Why? There is an abundance of discipline that goes into losing weight. So I put down there is an abundance of discipline that goes into losing weight. Why? Why is there an abundance of discipline that goes into losing weight? Losing weight is guided by many factors, and these factors require thought and dedication to stay in line with the rules set forth. I guess clean that up. Losing weight is guided by many factors, and these factors require thought and dedication. We could just keep it at that. You can see up top here that this section is 21 sentences, and I am about 13 sentences through. And I have about 8 more left. Losing weight is guided by many factors, and these factors require thought and dedication. Why? It is very easy to do whatever one feels compelled to do. However, following a set of rules takes discipline. Now we're on the third main point. Successfully losing weight will augment self-esteem and self-worth and make anyone feel good about themselves. Why? Achieving a goal that you set for yourself will undoubtedly make you feel good about yourself. Then it's going to ask us why. Why does achieving a goal that you set for yourself will undoubtedly make you feel good about yourself? Achieving goals is a symbol of success, and success always feels good. Achieving goals is a symbol of success, and success always feels good. Why does success always feel good? Success feels good because it makes us feel like we can accomplish anything we set our minds to. Okay, now read the sentence you wrote above and rephrase that in a different way, using different words, but essentially saying the same thing. Losing weight has a positive impact on health that will contribute to a more fulfilling life. So I'm basically rephrasing that sentence using different words. There are many ways to live a healthy life, and losing weight is one factor that will contribute to that. Read the sentence you wrote above, rephrase that in a different way. Losing weight contributes to an overall well-being mentally, emotionally, as well as physically. So now it's asking me to rephrase that in a different way. Our inner well-being, be it emotionally, physically, or mentally, can be affected by losing weight. Okay, rephrase this in a different way. Losing weight will cultivate habits that will positively affect other areas of life. When we produce new habits that are productive in our lives, The goal of losing weight will result in producing new habits that are productive in our lives. Read the sentence, rephrase it in a different way. Successfully losing weight will augment self-esteem and self-worth and make anyone feel good about themselves. One way that we can feel good inside is by successfully achieving the goal of losing, or I could say a goal, losing any set amount of weight. Okay, and this is the last sentence. Read the sentence you wrote above and write one sentence that wraps up the idea to close the piece. There are many ways to live a healthy life, and losing weight is one factor that will contribute to that. So this is going to be the sentence that wraps up that idea. Read on to see how you can live a healthy and fulfilling life and lose some unwanted weight in the process. So now it takes all the sentences that I just wrote and it's going to jumble them up. So now the way that I wrote the sentences that you saw, the order that I wrote them in is not the order that it necessarily puts it in when it puts it all together. But when it puts it all together, it's going to produce a succinct piece. Let's just take a real quick read at what we just wrote. Approximately half of all Americans are attempting to lose weight. Losing weight has a positive impact on health that will contribute to a more fulfilling life. There are many benefits that losing weight can have on an individual. After trying numerous dieting programs, this book is being brought to you after years of trial and error. Losing weight contributes to an overall well-being mentally, emotionally, as well as physically. When one becomes more physically fit, it makes them feel good on the inside. Eating proper foods and maintaining proper levels of activity throughout the day offer an inner balance within the body. Everyone has an inner balance to maintain, and food and activity guide the direction of that balance. Losing weight will cultivate habits that positively affect other areas of life. There is an abundance of discipline that goes into losing weight. Losing weight is guided by many factors, and these factors require thought and dedication. It's very easy to do whatever one feels compelled to do. However, following a set of rules takes discipline. Successfully losing weight will augment self-esteem and self-worth and make anyone feel good about themselves. Achieving a goal that you set for yourself will undoubtedly make you feel good about yourself. Achieving goals is a simple symbol of success, and success always feels good. Success feels good because it makes us feel like we can accomplish anything we set our minds to. There are many ways to live a healthy life, and losing weight is one factor that will contribute to that. Our inner well-being, be it emotionally, physically, or mentally, can be affected by losing weight. The goal of losing weight will result in producing new habits that are productive in our lives. One way we can feel good on the inside is by successfully achieving a goal of losing any set amount of weight. Read on to see how you can live healthy and fulfilling life and lose some unwanted weight in the process. So that was a pretty succinct and well-rounded piece of content that we just wrote. And we literally wrote it one sentence at a time without even having to think. So that's what this demonstration was intended to show you. So now that we wrote this section, all we have to do now is go over here to where we're at with our writing plan. And oh, this was our project over here, losing weight. And you can see we have 100% completed that section. We can download that section into Microsoft Word or whatever writing program we want to use and just move on to a different section and basically just follow that same process again. And you go through the process. I think we made 16 sections here. Once we go through all 16 sections, then we are going to have a lot of content that we created without even having to think about it. That's the beauty of this. Then once you have all the content written, you can go into the formatting tool over here and create create files that you can upload directly to Amazon to create a Kindle book. It will allow you to add pictures, a table of contents, a legal page. I'm going to just show you really quick how that works with another. I don't have all the content written for this one, but I'm going to pick one. It shows here some of the different projects that I have here. This one is 100% completed on dancing. Oh, there's only one section in here, but you can see the first thing it'll ask you to do is put in your subtitle, your author's name. It has a legal page that's already made out for you. You could just go through, read it, and change your websites to be your own, your name, your author name, the year, and everything, change that to be your own. You can write a real quick introduction to your book here. Then it'll go through each section and it will allow you to add a picture if you want to add a picture and go through, add a conclusion, some final words. And the very last page, it'll give you an option to add your social media information, your any other pages or websites that you want to lead people to. And then when you hit submit on that, it's going to set up the table of contents and create your files. And when you create your files, it's going to give you the file that you can just take and upload directly to Amazon. So that's how easy it is. It's very quick, very fast. I'm going to go back over here. That was about 30 minutes of writing that we did. In 30 minutes, we created an entire framework for what we wanted our book to be, and we wrote about maybe, I think, 8 or 9% of our book, something like that, based on all the sections that we had produced.
Lena, that's amazing. I think what you've done is you've really simplified the process and showed us how just kind of walking through our thoughts that you can actually create the template or the format for your book. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, that was the whole intent of it. And what I was trying to do is make it in a way where you don't have to think about it. I think as all of us are writers here that are here in the audience as well as here on the panel, and you know, a lot of times we overthink what we want to do without, and then because we're overthinking, we don't actually take action because we're so overwhelmed with the task, the daunting task of producing this book. What do we want this book to be? What do we want this book to say? Once we go through this process and we have the book in front of us, it's so much easier to read the book and then figure out, okay, well, is there anything I want to add, or is there anything I want to put in here? Yeah, it makes it so much easier. It streamlines the entire process.
It does. That's one thing I absolutely love about it is if someone listening is like me, where your brain is kind of like a computer with 150,000 screens open at all times. You have all of these ideas that you're trying to pick and pull out of the air. And so when trying to put them down on paper, for me, writing books the old-fashioned way, it took a long time to get my thoughts all down and then try and organize them so that the time from start to finish on a project was crazy.
Right.
With this, your process lets me get all my thoughts down and automatically shifts it into something that makes sense, saving me so much time.
It does. And the other really cool thing about it is, you know, if you're like me, you have like 10 different ideas of 10 different projects that you want to pursue, and you really want to do all of them at the same time. But the problem is that once you start writing, you know, and you put something aside, it takes time to pick it back up and figure out where you left off and figure out, okay, well, where was I going with this? What direction was I going? With this process, you can just jump in and out of a project without having to reacclimate yourself with where you left off, because you can just say, okay, well, this is the sentence I have to write, because it's breaking it down into sentences. So you just have to be like, okay, well, this is the sentence I have to write right now, just like in my examples. Okay, well, let me rephrase this sentence. That's what it's asking me to do. I just have to write one sentence, and you don't have to worry about what you've done. You just have to worry about the task that it's offering you at hand right now. So that's the beauty of this. For those of us that have multiple projects that we're trying to manage or maintain or pursue, tools like this allow us to jump in and out as our energy guides us to go, okay, well, we're working on the losing weight project, but I want to also work on a skincare project. So I'm going to start the skincare project. I could write about skincare for a while. You know what? I'm going to go back to losing weight and write a little bit more on the losing weight. It also has it broken down to where you can just devote whatever it is, a half hour a day or 45 minutes a day, and before you know it, the entire thing is going to be complete. All it is writing a sentence. I have taken this process and put it on a tablet and used my time, my idle time, like my daughter is in martial arts class, so while I'm sitting in martial arts class watching, her and waiting for her class to be over, I'll just write 3 or 4 sentences while my mind is kind of idle and, I'm kind of thinking things through. I could just be like, pull up my tablet and be like, okay, that's the next sentence I have to write. So while I'm sitting there, I'll just sit there and think, what do I want to say for this next sentence? It's little tidbits of information that I'm being guided to process. And when you read the project, when it's complete, you're amazed that you put it together, because you put it together without thinking. It's just
Wow.
the software is just drawing little tidbits of information out of you, and it's all your words and your ideas. So obviously it's everything that you wanted to say, but you did not have to put the mental energy into putting it all together and into the mechanics of how it gets put together.
That is so
Right.
powerful. And just think of all the dance moms, the basketball moms, hockey moms, soccer moms. I mean, if every mom could just, during one season, produce one book, do you realize how fast that college education would be saved for?
No kidding.
Amazing.
No kidding.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Lisa,
So
you were going to
My
say
next
something?
topic is how I pay. I was going to say my next topic is how I pay for my kids' college writing books.
yeah, right. That's the next topic.
And Lena, I think you answered that beautifully, because Richard says here, 60,000 words an hour, that's 1,000 words a minute. Really, the most productive writers, not especially artistic, but paid for their living, could do 60,000 words a week. That's the beauty of this, by creating this outline. And we haven't even talked, we'll be talking about Wordbotic soon, because, that's patent pending, but that easily lets you map out your thoughts, and it pretty much writes it for you. So this program, this software of yours that you've created, which is so amazing, really makes that possible.
It's absolutely amazing. And, I know a lot of people had asked about affiliate programs and how, they could contribute to, spreading the word on the program. The first step, obviously, is to use the program yourself and to, take the program and bring it to, bring products out of the program that you can say, well, I created this and I created that. But I just want to recap a little bit of the opportunities that are ahead of us if you follow us on this journey today, if I could. So, there's obviously an affiliate program. You can share your journey, you can build your book, and then you can share the process of how you made the book with your followers and make money helping other people write books simply by sharing with them the software that you used in order to create it. Sharing yourself, there's no better way to share yourself with your audience than through writing a book. So if you're writing a book, no matter who you are, there's a benefit to that, because it's allowing people in your audience to come closer to you, to get a better feel of who you are and what you're teaching. You're harnessing technology. You're using the latest tools to write content and build a movement on how content is built faster and then on top of that you're making money along the way. So that's the beauty of this entire journey. First of all, you're building books, you're writing books, you're building your library, your portfolio of available books that your people can buy. And then on top of that, you are contributing to this overall movement where you could teach other people how to write their own books. The entire publishing industry is changing so dramatically where anyone can write a book. I could go walk down the street and knock on doors of everybody on the street, and I am sure that 90% of the doors that I knock on, the person who answers the door has a book that they could write about something. It could be anything. So now that we're here, we have two choices that we can, we're kind of at this fork in the road. There's two ways that we can go about and write. We can spend 8 hours a day and write however much content that we could take a piece of paper, put it in front of you, and just write. Or we can follow this guided process and spend maybe 2 hours and write probably about the same amount as what we would write in 8 hours. On top of that, we could take advantage of all the idle time that we have throughout the day. You're being, you're on a road trip going from one place to another. You're going to be in the car for 30 minutes. You could bring your tablet out and just start, plugging in sentences without even thinking about it. You saw the sentences in the demo that you are being guided to answer on the topic that you already know about. It's something that you're already an expert in. Write a few sentences about that topic. Keep plugging away during your idle time using this technology. So those are the two choices that you have. Do we want to spend 8 hours? Do we want to spend 2 hours accomplishing the same thing? Go ahead and put in the box what you think is better, working 8 hours or working 2 hours. Danelle, I already know what you're going to say. So here is the link where you can get started. It's http://lenas.link/OM, capital O, capital M for Outline Master. That is going to take you to the page that Lisa, Danelle, and I have put together for you to bring this program to you and help you get started with digging into the technology that we shared with you today. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat box here too, and if there's any questions at all, feel free to put it into the question box here, and we can go ahead and take the last few minutes that we have left here of our presentation. Looks like we're already at an hour, but if there's any questions, we can definitely answer them.
There's one talking about original content. Everything is created that is their own. It's theirs to use. It's their own words, and you can run it through a process and even confirm that that's all original content, correct?
It is all original content. You could see that this is content that I wrote. In the demo, you saw I was writing the sentences. So this is the same thing as me taking a piece of paper and writing my own content on a piece of paper and then transcribing it and putting it in Word and publishing it on my blog or whatever. This is all your content. It's your words. All my software is doing is drawing those words out of you.
Amazing. Well, and I think if anybody else comes up with other questions, our contact information is out there. We'll be happy to walk you through or guide you through the process, especially if you're interested in becoming an affiliate in addition to using it for writing and creating your own book. The three of us are always available, and our contact information is on the original flyer we sent out.
Yes, for sure. Any questions at all, we're definitely available. Like I said, we all live within like 25 minutes of each other, so it's very easy for us to connect and figure out how to answer any questions that come up and, definitely bring them to us. But join us on this journey. I'm really looking forward to seeing this unfold in 2017 and seeing all of us as a group producing a lot of books.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
So let's go ahead and close this presentation. Any questions, bring them to us, and everyone else, I hope you have a wonderful new year and a very relaxing weekend. We have this special pricing offer on this offer open for I think it's another 5 days as of right now. So get in while the price is the cut that we have it at, that we've brought it to you at for this special, and join us on this journey, and we look forward to seeing it all unfold.
Excellent. Thank you, everybody.